Hi, this is Yvonne, and in this video, I'm going to share with you 4 ways we sabotage our goals. You'll learn what are the top obstacles that people typically face that stops progress towards their goals so that you're aware of them and you can begin to shift your behaviors. But before we jump in, let's build a community. And in the comment section below, maybe you can share the ways you've seen yourself get in your own way and stop the progress towards achieving your goals. And maybe we can learn from each other. Fear is the first obstacle that stops a lot of people from setting goals. There's so many types of fears, like there's the fear of the unknown. Let's say you want to set a goal of starting your own business. But there's a fear inside that you might not even be aware of. It might be a subconscious. Your family has never started a business. If you think of your parents or maybe your grandparents and you look across your siblings, your aunts, uncles, your family, your core family and your extended family, or maybe even your friends, you don't see anyone that has started their own business or has been successful in any way with something similar. And so there's a fear of the unknown because you don't have anything to compare beginning a successful business with. And so this is something that you're going to have to really start from scratch, start on your own, build a network, get some books, learn about how to start a business. And so even though there's a goal in there that's stirring, there's this fear. There's this fear of the unknown. And so be aware of that one. That's a big one. There's also the fear of success. And not a lot of people talk about this or really know what that means. But the fear of success typically manifests itself in a way that you're afraid of maybe what success will make you lose. For example, if you are successful at starting this business, your friends might fall away. So the fear of loss is what associates fear of success. So you may not be able to relate to these people anymore, and that's a very real thing. And so you're afraid that this social circle, this network that you've built that's really been your support system all these years will fall away. And so who are your new friends going to be? Who will you associate with? This is a new territory and you might end up alone. These are the fears that jog people's minds, and subconsciously, again, you're not aware of it, but it's something that's tugging at you and keeps you from setting these goals, putting it in writing and going for it. There's a fear of failure is another one. The fear of failure. What if you start this business and you move forward and it's not successful and you fail? The problem with the fear of failure is it's the way you have been conditioned to see failure. Many successful people don't see failure as something negative. In fact, they see failure as another opportunity that gets them closer to their goal. Think of your setting a goal as a seed. Once you plant it in the ground, yes, there may be a failed crop. But do you stop planting? No, you continue to plant because you know that one of those seeds will come to fruition. And so again, there are fear of the unknown, fear of success, fear of failure. And one last one that I wanted to share with you is this fear induced by our environment, by the conditioning of our environment. And how is that? Well, if you think about it, most of the news that you hear day in and day out is negative. And remember, these news mediums, they make their money not on really providing quality news, but they make their money on the audience and how many viewers they have. And so the viewership helps promote the advertising. And it's through these means with advertisement is how they're able to generate the resources to continue to exist. And so let's keep that in mind. The next time you watch the news, be objective and observe and tick off how much of that news is negative and how much is positive. And you'll see maybe 90 to 95% of the news is negative. And if you're watching this news every single day, then guess what? That's called environmental conditioning. And so that conditions your mindset for negativity. This is the cultural conditioning that we've been brought up in. And so, yes, this affects our ability to see ourselves in a positive light. And so that hinders even our ability to set goals, let alone achieve them. And so that's another way that fear creeps in, because fear is caused by this negativity. The second obstacle is self-image. The way we act is based on the self-image or the identity we have of ourselves. And people that don't set and achieve goals don't have a self-image or an identity that serves them, that allows them to see this is possible for their life. You see, if you don't see yourself, if you can't envision yourself, or you don't feel that you're worthy or have the identity and embrace this financial success, the ideal mate, the dream home, that dream vacation, or all of these other great goals like your ideal job, if you don't step into this goal and see that it's possible for yourself, then that's going to be difficult for you to be able to set and achieve that goal. And so self-image and our identity is the second obstacle, because again, we have limiting self-image and identity, and that limit is what is the barrier for our success. The third obstacle is no vision. Going through life without a vision leads to a lot of wasting time. Have you ever heard yourself or maybe others say, oh, I don't have time to get this done, even though I really want to accomplish this? Let's say you want to write a book and there's just no time for me to write this book, even though I know that I can write it and it'll be a great bestseller, right? Is it a lack of time that's creating this procrastination, or is it a lack of a vision? Something that pulls you, like this book by Simon Sinek. It's called Start With Why. And I really enjoy that book because it has this concept of why. And that is what pulls us towards achieving our goals. And so if you don't have a vision or a bigger why, then it's going to be difficult to get that motivation, consistent motivation to achieve it, or consistent discipline. And so this lack of a vision is what is an obstacle that stops a lot of people from setting and achieving their goals. The fourth obstacle is just simply not knowing how to set goals. You see, most people don't know how to set goals, think it's too time consuming and procrastinate and never really try. It's that someday I'll sit down and set goals. But guess what? There is no day in the week that's called someday. So in summary, the 4 ways we self-sabotage our goals is, the first one is fear. Secondly, our self-image or identity is not aligned with what we want. Third is a lack of a clear vision for ourselves and our life. And fourth, we simply don't know how to set our goals properly, and lack of clear direction on how to get started. Well, I've put together a goal setting workbook that will help you with these obstacles. Go ahead and click on the link below so that you can get started on setting and achieving your goals. Be sure to click on the like button so that other people get a chance to learn about goal setting and these obstacles, and so that way we can go ahead and continue to build a network. And also subscribe to this channel so that you're notified on new videos on personal development, leadership, career, and so much more.